Before we jump into today's show, I just wanted to let you know that I have got a brand new 3-part audio series available to download right now. If you head over to donnaeade.com/3-part audio, that's all one word, no spaces, you can download your How to Build Your Authority with Podcasting audio series. This is going to address guesting and hosting. So if you're interested in either of those and you want to know how to build your authority, head over to donnaeade.com/3-part audio. The link will be in the show notes. You're listening to the Mindset and Action Podcast, the place to be to grow and streamline your business. I'm your host, Donna Eade. Let's jump into the show. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody, for this mini Mindset Monday. I have a guest with me today, Bryony Jackson. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
I am so glad to have you here. And we have a fantastic conversation coming out on Thursday, all about streamlining your social media. In that, we talk about so much good stuff. So definitely come back and join us on Thursday. And Bryony has got this fantastic download that she's giving away. It'll be in the show notes for this episode as well. So if you want to go ahead and get started early, you can go and grab it in the show notes. But do come back and hear what she has to say on Thursday, because there were so many golden nuggets. So today, Bryony, we're going to be talking about the biggest mindset block you've had in your business so far and what you're doing to overcome it. And I know that you're quite early in your business. So I think it's one of those things where, oh my God, which one should I pick? Because it kind of all comes at the beginning. So what has been the thing that's kind of got to you at the moment?
So I'm quite a confident person, and I tend to think I don't have that many mindset blocks, but I did have one big one, and that was visibility. So I'm running an online business and visibility is absolutely key. I have always kind of shied away from the limelight. I'm quite happy to be the anonymous person, but there was something else that was causing this mindset block, and that's the fact that I spent the whole of last year in hiding because I was a victim of stalking and harassment.
Oh, God.
It was actually my abusive ex-partner who was stalking and harassing me. So I just basically disappeared overnight. Not even my family, well, they didn't know for a while that I'd gone. And once they did know that I'd gone, they knew what town I was in, but they didn't know my address. And I just basically came off social media for a year as well. So going from that to running an online business was a bit of a big step. And I was also worried about being trolled as well.
Yeah.
But I just had to decide that I won't let anyone else define how I earn my living. So I couldn't let that stop me from running the business that I wanted to run. And here I am, I'm being as visible as I possibly can. Nothing bad has happened yet. If it does, then I'll just deal with it when it happens. But at the moment, everything's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I made that push.
Yeah. And I think that's an extreme version of it, because I was going to say, I think a lot of people tend to shy away from being the face of their business. And I think when you are a solopreneur, you have to put your face out there, because people are going to be attracted to you and your personality and who you are. And that's why there's room for everyone, because your personality is going to be different to somebody else's, and that'll attract different people. But if you can't see you, then that's just not going to happen. So I think it's very brave.
That's a really good point, actually, because the first branding that I did for my business was an anonymous brand. It didn't feature me at all. It was called Smasheroo. Don't ask, it worked at the time. Lovely logo. And I was just sat there after about 2 weeks saying, this just isn't speaking to me. And in a day, I rebranded my business to Bryony Makes Marketing Easy, and I am the face of the brand now.
Yeah. It's so true. I think, I've been working with a business recently who isn't really putting herself out as the face of it. And I think in the market that she's aiming at, she really needs to be front and center, because it's just that more personal touch that you need. And I think people are often afraid to put themselves out there, and your story is just wow, because it's like, you know, to me, if I'm somebody who, I don't suffer with visibility, I don't mind putting my face on anything, you know. more my issue is whether my skin looks good rather than, you know, putting myself out there. I will jump on video as long as I've got a filter if my face isn't looking good, and I've got no issue with it. But a lot of people do sort of sit there and go, oh no, I don't want to. And there's this kind of fear of the trolls. There is this fear of the judgment and things like that. But you've got a whole other area where there's a fear there. And the fact that you've been able to say, do you know what? No, nobody is going to dictate what and how I do my business. And that's just so brave of you. And, you know, and you're a testament, because as you say, up till now, touch wood, going forward, nothing bad has happened. And I think people need to realize that we are the ones that have got the issue, not other people. Everybody else is too busy worrying about what they look like to everybody else to worry about you.
I actually can't wait until I get trolled now, because I'll just feel like I've made it. If I am famous enough to be trolled, that's so true. I consider that successful.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. And so just remember, guys, you know, nobody cares what you're doing, unfortunately, in some cases, you know, even like, you know, a lot of us don't have great support from our family and friends when it comes to our businesses. They don't care enough. And if they are gossiping about you, well, you know, again, like you say, Bryony, you've kind of made it. If they've got nothing better to do than talk about what you're doing, how boring are their lives?
And any publicity is good publicity, as they say.
They do say that. Whether I 100% agree with that is another matter, but that's a conversation for a different day. Thank you for sharing that with us, because I think that's one of the more vulnerable stories I think we've had on these mini Mindset Mondays. And that really is a testament to you really taking that question and digging deep into it for yourself, which I always think is a good thing for ourselves. To when I ask this question, it's not just me sort of saying, what are my audience going to get out of it? But it's really a chance for you to reflect on where you are and how far you've come. And just in a short space of time to be able to have moved past that and looked at the bigger picture and said, no, this is for me and my future, and what's past isn't going to stop me, is really a powerful message.
One thing that's been really powerful for me, because I still can't believe that all that happened. It was actually post separation abuse, but then looking back at the relationship, you can think, oh well, that was pretty narcissistic, and there was a lot of mental bullying within it. But I'm a strong, confident woman, and you know, I've worked in very senior levels in business, and you think, well, how can someone like you become in an abusive relationship? But I did lots of research about it, lots of reading, and it's because I'm a very empathetic person, and because I can empathize with pretty much anyone, I can then make excuses for poor behavior like that, and then you start to tolerate it because you think, oh, but it's because of this, so therefore we can tolerate it. And in actual fact, you just need to look at the red flags. They ain't going to change, unfortunately.
Absolutely. I hear you on that one. Big time. Thank you so much for your time today and sharing your story. I think that's going to have a big impact on a lot of people who struggle with visibility. I hope they can take it and go, do you know what? If Bryony can do it, so can I. I will leave that with you guys. Thank you so much, Bryony. Join us on Thursday for our talk on streamlining your social media. It is so good, the nuggets that are in there. We'll see you then. Until next time, bye for now. Don't forget to hit those stars and leave a review of the podcast where you listen if you found value in what you heard today. It's a free way you can help the podcast reach more people just like you.